This is gross.
That's how you know it's the start of the show when you hear the double talk.
Nice.
This is Gross Domesticated Podcast, and we are live. It's GDPLive. We are live on Baby Mermaid Productions on the YouTube channel. You can follow the show at Instagram and or YouTube at Baby Mermaid Productions. I'm Pat George, your host. You can follow me on Facebook. You can also follow Baby Mermaids Productions. That productions company will give you so much entertainment, but it produces shows such as this one. Also, it does Proper Ebonics, hosted by Kirk Griffiths and Alan Massenberg. That's a great podcast. You can also check out Falls Count Anywhere, Hacks, a couple other shows that I do, as well as some of my comedy there on the YouTube channel. Check it out. If you're watching it here, please hit like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Same thing on Instagram. You can also check out another show I do with my buddy Andy called Drag the Lake. We talk about music from our childhood and today and like music news. I got a lot of grief for talking shit about Minor Threat and Ian MacKaye. But then I got vindicated by another person from the band The Get Up Kids backing me up. Not directly, but also sharing the same sentiment of like, enough with all the fucking rules and punk. That's the shit we talk about. So go to Drag the Lake, follow that on YouTube, and my buddy Andy. Also, you can follow my buddy here today, my guest, who is joining me, Zack Hammond.
Hello, all.
You can follow him on most social medias, I believe, as well as YouTube.
YouTube, Zack Hammond, comedian, Instagram, ZWH comic, what's TikTok? I think I have.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I think I got that at some fucking point.
You have a TikTok, really?
I think I do, yeah.
It's smart. I feel like it's kind of like at this point with most comics, you kind of have, oh yeah, he also, he does stand-up comedy. Yeah. You can check him out. That's what I highly suggest seeing him. We just performed together at Shit in the Hat.
Yes, so much fun.
That was a lot of fun. Hosted by Mike O'Donnell. Mm-hmm. I feel like we've done a lot of stand-up comedy together.
Oh, so much.
But we've like, I feel like we bond more like comedically.
Yes.
But then we realize like realistically how much we have in common in a lot of things.
Yes.
And then we go like, oh wait, are we friends? And then like Zach, I want to start the show out by saying, are we friends?
I think we might be.
Like I love you.
I love you.
I think you're a great person and I enjoy your company very much.
I can't completely agree with you.
Okay. I know you don't enjoy your company.
No, God, I hate myself.
But like, but I
agree with you in that regard as well. That I love your company. I love hanging out with you. It's always fun anytime I get to hang out with you.
But I feel like we've only like really gotten to be like friends.
Yeah.
Kind of like we were talking about that a little bit before about some relationships starting and ending in our past.
So many.
But I think almost had that.
Yeah.
We kind of did.
We had a falling out.
Yeah.
A bit of one. I have that a lot with people though, just because I'm a lot to fucking deal with at times.
Same.
I get that. But yeah, I remember because we were doing a podcast together and I can't remember where we were coming home from.
Me neither. I don't remember most of it.
Yeah.
I do remember the argument.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember the argument because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Why we stopped being, I wouldn't say again.
Stop being friends because we still.
But we don't even know if we're friends yet.
Right. Oh yeah.
Remember, we haven't even answered that question.
That's true.
But
we'll find by the end of this podcast, we will know.
We're gonna know. Call in. but we were on like the reason we had our falling out.
Yeah.
Was hilarious. But
yes.
Sorry, yeah.
But well, the thing is, too, you and I were traveling a lot together.
Yeah.
So we were spending a lot of time on the road.
I was noticing,
several hours on the road together,
Lots.
several days together, sleeping in the same hotel room, not the same bed, but the same hotel rooms. Eating at a lot of the same places, just being around each other a lot. And I know I'm a difficult personality to be with. You said you're a difficult personality.
I think it's in those situations.
Yeah.
I think I don't. the more I'm self-diagnosing myself as autistic,
right?
The more
we're all autistic, by the way. You can't do comedy and not be autistic. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah,
no way.
I feel like there's. Hold on, let me just push this that way.
Is that better?
Yeah,
okay.
I turned it up just, but I wanted it facing.
Okay.
No, the I the more I'm like leaning into that, that kind of that feeling, I'm using the same terminology and it's syncing up a lot. So like I think I was overstimulated.
Okay.
So like me, like when I'm around people, the anxiety social interactions give me, even with friends, is because I feel like I have to be good enough for them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I have to be something to them.
Yes.
I got very comfortable in the sense with you where I was like, I like if I'm done, I'm just gonna like shut down.
Yeah.
Just because it's like I don't, but it's also I think that me reads as when I'm shut down or I'm like isolating myself as I'm upset or angry or hate people.
Yeah.
But it's almost always me just needing to be like cocoon and just kind of be like,
absolutely.
Like recharge a little bit. And then you'll be like, hey, everybody, how's it going? It's not like I'm always like, I'm depressed. No, it's not that. I'm more realistically like nothing is exciting me right now.
No,
I just need to be like, I need to just like recharge kind of thing.
Yes.
So I think with our situation, being in such close proximity.
Oh yeah.
In every aspect, waking
Several
up,
months.
There's that person. Then sitting in the car next to them, like this.
In my fucking tiny Honda Civic.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like it's none of those things where I'm cool with all of that.
Yeah.
But it's like when it was all of that all together and there was no break from, and then also, oh yeah, you get to work together too.
Yes.
It is legitimately what most people don't suggest for most relationships.
Right.
So the fact that we're trying, I think at that time, the podcast and hanging out so much was an attempt at like being friends.
Yes.
And then but it was also like we turned that into work too.
Yes.
100%. So then it was kind of like and this is me kind of like uncovering this now after reflecting on it, because I want to make sure that like we're cool.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't hate you.
No.
I judge the fuck out of you about your grocery store choices.
Oh yeah.
Which was the argument.
Zach, what's your favorite grocery store? I don't have a favorite grocery store. Yeah, but come on, what's your favorite? I'm like, I don't fucking have.
Like you don't have a name, or you don't like.
And then you're like, do you like anything? I'm like, no, I don't fucking like anything, Pat. And I remember too. I went, are we done here? And you went, yep. And then we stopped talking.
Yeah, that was it. Yes, we're done.
And then, but I had the same. What you just said, I had the same reflection. Like a couple months later, where I was just like, I'm a dick. And I don't want Pat to think that I hate him.
But that's my thing too. Yeah. I was like,
I realized like, oh shit, I didn't need to like, I know how I came off that entire time. And I waited until you and I were doing that show at the Front Street Station.
Oh yeah.
And we did the show. And afterwards I came up to him like, can I talk to you for a minute? I was like, look, I know I'm an asshole. And, I feel like the last time we talked, we ended on bad terms. I just want you to know, I don't hate you. I love you. I consider you a friend, and I just hope that we're okay. And then you gave me this like, oh yeah, like I don't hate you. I never hated you. And I'm like, all right, so we're cool. And like, yeah, we're cool. And we hugged and we were fucking gay. So yeah.
Oh yeah, we fucked.
Totally.
Yeah.
That finally brought us together.
We consummated our relationship.
But like, I don't like, in situations like that, I don't like things on bad terms with people that I like and respect and enjoy being around. So it's like, yeah, let's not, I don't want to make an enemy, which I don't think you would ever be an enemy.
I would be enemies with somebody with your opinion on like grocery stores.
So
I would build an enemy like out of that. I would say like, yes, you, because that's the thing is like, I project. Yeah. And I realize that I do that. And instead of not doing it, I just realize I do it. And then that's it. I don't stop it. I don't do anything. I just go into shame spirals all the time. And I kind of have these weird things where I'm like, so when I was like, when I think, oh, this guy doesn't like grocery stores, it's not about grocery stores. Yeah. It's about the fact that like, I'm like, wait, do you care? Yeah. Do you have standards? And then I was just kind of like, do I even want to be friends with somebody who doesn't have standards? You know what I mean? Like
that's fair. And explaining it like that makes way more sense
Yeah.
now. Instead of just going, do you like anything?
I was like,
Zack?
I've spent all this time with him this whole time. And I'm like, I've hitched my wagon to this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of thing of like, God damn it.
Right.
And just being like, but as far as like you as a person, it was always like, I don't think Zack really likes me, but he's an okay guy. No, like, that's how I think I left that interaction. Not like you hated me or anything like that.
No, if I don't like people, they know it pretty fucking
same.
quickly.
And that's the thing is like, that's why when we had that thing, that falling out, it was kind of like, well, but I had a weird theory running for a while of like, of just in general with everybody of like, I don't think people like themselves. If they don't like themselves, they don't want to hang out with people that are like them.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So like, it's kind of
like a reflection. You're just like, oh, this is what.
Yeah, I'm the negative guy that says the shitty thing all the time. I'm hilarious, but also I'm not fun to be around.
Yeah,
like fun to be around. So that's the thing is when the effort is when I have to try to be fun or be because it's the thing of like, I'm excited to hang out with my friend. I'm excited to be doing comedy. The shows usually stunk. Actually, by that point, they were about 50-50.
Yeah, I'd say 50-50.
Because like, even if they were like, we were doing outside shows long before you fucking hacks.
Yeah.
You dickheads are like, oh, COVID shows. No, that was called shows. That was called Zack and Pat tour.
You perform wherever the fuck people will have you.
Right. But we also got those portraits done too.
Yeah, God,
I
love those. Those are so much fun.
That was and that's an idea that like I was like, oh, going forward.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing was like it was that situation. So that's what I was saying is like that situation was more, I think, us realize like me projecting a lot of my thoughts and it's like us not talking it out, legitimately not talking it out real time.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. But that I'm pretty sure that altercation, that's what you're talking about. Because I think we stopped talking, but that was the end of the podcast.
Yes.
Like not just the podcast itself, but also like that episode.
Yeah, that was the end of that podcast.
And I think I still put outro music. Which is funny because
but I have noticed over time that if I travel with people for extended periods of time, we eventually have a falling out, which I think is a natural thing. That if you spend that much time around somebody, you just get tired of each other. Yeah. Because you just do.
Yeah.
So I've had that experience with a couple of people. And then later on, like maybe after a year or so, we've come back together and we're just like, we're still cool, right? And you're like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a natural thing. If you are with somebody that you are not romantically linked to, which, that's another story for another fucking day.
Hey, even sometimes those too.
Yeah. Sometimes so is the especially cheating whore.
Yeah.
And if you, if you're just with people for an extended period of time, you just eventually, there's animosity is definitely developed over time, not purposefully. It's just because you just grow tired of each other.
Yeah.
It happens. But if you, let it breathe, then you're good. So I think from now on, if I'm going to be touring with people, it's like a couple weeks at a time and then change it up every time.
Yeah. You have a couple people and now but that's the funny thing is like, you don't realize that's because you're like, oh, I like seeing, Jim Norton with, Ian Fidance.
Yeah.
And you're like, when the next time he comes by, he has another open. You're like, well, why you have, cause he's probably like, well, I'm done.
I don't want this. I don't want to ruin our friendship.
I always thought it was just there. Like, oh, my availability doesn't meet up with theirs. Like, no, a lot of times they're like, no, I'll make time.
Yeah. It's a smart way to do things. Like, the old phrase of like, how can I love you if I don't miss you kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Don't, if you're a touring comic and you just started touring and you're able to bring friends with you, don't bring your friends for extended periods of time.
Not the whole time.
Yeah. Because you will start to fucking hate each other.
Yeah. It's just one of those things.
And it's not even because you genuinely hate each other. It's just, again, you just spend so much time with somebody. You just start learning. It just happens. And again, it's got nothing to do with anybody personally. You just get fucking tired of each other.
Yeah.
It happens.
I think, but I really feel like you should, if you just consider the grocery store you go to.
It's whatever one is closest to me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. I had all these great details. Last time we don't have to rehash.
But I will give into this. I love airports.
Okay.
And I do have favorite airports. So I do have the ability to pick things out that I genuinely enjoy.
We have lots of fun stories of like going to the trampoline parks, to different flea markets or malls. I like malls. I like going to malls.
I love malls. And I love checking out what's going on in like local towns if we have time. So trampoline park, arcades, any of that shit I love doing.
Free time is really cool. But see, that was the thing, was I think all that being all the time, that was still fun. Still hanging out together at the mall and stuff like that was fun. But it was also then we get back into the car, then it's just like, yep,
all right, here's 7 hours.
Then we go to the next place and we get out, we set it up, and then we got it. And then it's like, there was no alone time.
Yep.
And I think both of us value alone time. So it's even that, even if you do go out with people, maybe separate rooms, maybe like different schedule. Hey, do you want to work out together? Yeah, cool. Do you want to get lunch? No, I think I'm going to take a nap. Cool. I'm going to get lunch. Boom. Done. And like no hurt, no feelings hurt.
Exactly. Yeah. And be okay with that.
Right.
That it's, if they don't want to do something, it's not a slight against you. It's their own personal space that they need time for.
That, dude, it not being against you thing is something that I've been trying to learn with Dom, because like I tell her, like, there's always this thing where I tell her shit.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of disregards it, or she goes like, that's a good idea or something like that, but doesn't like actually implement it, or we'll just straight up doubt it.
Right.
And then like a day or two later, somebody else will tell her that, give her that same advice.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, I was just talking to blah, blah, blah. And they said, and I'm just like, I fucking said that.
Yeah.
I fucking said that. And she's like, oh, did you? And it's just like,
that's kind of like, gets frustrating.
I have a trigger, I think, again, linked to a trauma somehow. And it's like stirring up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, sometimes people just got to learn how they learn.
Yeah.
So even if you say something and then somebody later on goes, well, they said this, like, that's definitely frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's just like, whatever, that, so long as the problem,
it's not me.
Right.
Yeah.
So long as the problem has been resolved.
Yeah.
Cool. We can move past that. Like, sometimes you really do have to take your own ego out of things, which is fucking impossible.
It's almost impossible. Like, almost fucking impossible.
Because it's you. Like, I said this. Why aren't you listening to me?
And anytime I see a dish or something like around, I always go like, she put that here. Yeah. And she's like, I don't fucking need to take care of that. Like, somebody will take care of that. Nope, she didn't do that. She didn't. No. She just forgot, or she just didn't pick it up. Like, it's her house too.
Right. Sometimes shit happens. You just have to really look at it and just go, whatever.
It's not an attack.
Yeah. It's a shitload of growth that you have to do.
It's hard. Yeah. Because we were still, I mean, we're like not early on, but like that was years ago. But that we were traveling. I think it was also this year and like the past years, like of all the memories coming up of like every, like, I was like, damn, I don't think I realized how long that was going on.
Oh yeah.
Like how long we were like traveling and stuff like that, because I was like, oh yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah.
And especially near that last leg, because we had fun trips and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely.
I would actually want to bring up a video that reminded me of one of our trips recently. Let me see if I can pull it up here. There we go. This is, I don't know if you can read that headline. It says,
man's life flashes before his eyes as cars skidding on black ice fly past him like bullets.
So not only did this make me think of you, because this would be a video. I was going to send this to you.
Yeah.
I'll play it right here on the computer. You can watch it here if you want. All right. I thought it was.
There we go.
Hold on. There we go.
Oh shit.
Yeah. This is the
best game of Frogger I've ever fucking seen.
Because also he doesn't have fucking snowshoes on or anything.
Are they like filming this for a movie? Like, holy shit!
I think this is a dash cam. Because this seems like a truck that stopped. Okay,
something's moving. Yeah, this guy took a fucking hit and said, "Oh, I'm not gonna."
Yeah.
I love how everybody else. All right, so this guy's definitely stopping because he sees the shit in front of him. The people behind him were going, 80 miles an hour, and then saw this guy stop.
Yeah.
And instead of seeing him stop and slowly slowing down, they just slam on their fucking brakes or try to avoid him.
Yeah. I like all this too. Yeah, this guy's obviously getting bumped into. This is still happening. But this this reminded me of our trip to Munising.
Yes.
This was still in Pennsylvania though.
Okay.
Where that was my very first experience with black ice. and I was driving,
and the entire road was covered in it.
And
it wasn't patches.
And I was doing 70.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't patches. It was a sheet of ice.
Mm-hmm.
So I always thought black ice was just ice in a bad neighborhood. But apparently it's ice that is invisible, which is also very telling of that term.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they believe, I believe the African American voice is invisible in this country. It's not heard. It's not being heard.
It is not. Or it's being heard.
Their voice is invisible. You like how the words? Yeah, that's not the right term.
It's the white men can't jump philosophy. It's like, no. You hear them, you're just not listening.
Yeah. That's what it is. So but there was that was still in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And we were on our way. Yes. It was you, me, and Dom. This reminds me of so many, because you want to talk about growth since that trip that we speak of.
Mm-hmm.
we were probably like 2 hours into the trip. Maybe an hour. And
because we left super early because it was like a 15-hour drive,
right, to get to fucking be basically Canada
peninsula of Michigan. Like literally there's a river separating us and Canada.
So we were headed up that way. I was driving, and I was kind of like, I kind of realized like the car, it felt like it was like, like when you're driving and the wind blows the car a little bit. It felt like we were getting little gusts of wind, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
And then like I went to hit the brakes, and it didn't stop at all.
Mm-mm.
Like it didn't even slow. Like there was no reaction. I was just like, are the brakes out? But then I was just thinking like, oh shit. And I was just kind of like, okay, well, just don't hit anything. I don't know what to do at this point. We weren't spinning out or anything.
No.
So, because I saw a bunch of taillights up ahead. So we kind of coast to a stop, and I'm hitting my flashers, just trying, like, I'm hoping everyone else is realizing this too, because now you see how you see shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And you go like, oh, that's how fucking like pileups happen and stuff like
easily.
that.
Yeah. One dumb shit.
Yeah. You're not paying attention.
Yeah.
You're extra not paying attention.
Absolutely.
So
song's getting really fucking good.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you're just like, oh, I got my fucking breakfast.
Right.
So we coast to a stop, and then we're just stopped on the highway for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
We I feel like a horrendous amount of time, because a jackknife fucking tractor trailer up ahead, because he obviously didn't realize the black ice. So
his hooker in the back was yelling at him.
That is the funniest part. Remember that? There was a hooker that
there was a hitch hooker out there.
There was a hitch hooker that was like gave up and was like, this ain't worth the ride. I'm gonna go back to a warm, like maybe he didn't have heat in the truck. I don't know, but she left.
I'm just gonna wander in the woods.
She walked into the woods.
Yeah.
I thought for sure to do what I ended up having to do.
By the way, I mean, you could totally tell she had Ugg boots on, she had like short shorts and like a little coat, and we were all like, where's she going? What the fuck is going on? And then she just wandered in the fucking woods.
Those like weird, like, because there's all the snow on the ground had that sheet of ice on it, so it was like really loud footsteps. Wanders back to, because there was a rest stop probably like a couple miles back.
Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't close either way.
Yeah,
that's obviously where she came from. She was going back home.
She's probably dead now.
Definitely dead. She walked into the woods and probably made it like 2 miles.
Yeah, a bear ate her, and that bear got AIDS.
Yeah. That bear's dead. No, the bear's alive. Actually, it's a good story. It's a happy ending.
Oh, good.
But
he got a job as a forest ranger, and now tells people
he's really skinny. He doesn't look like he used to.
Nope.
But so this is the first part of growth I realized since then. I remember having to go to the bathroom so bad.
Yeah.
And actually thinking, oh, we'll hit the next rest stop, or we'll stop at the next whatever, and then getting stopped in between, which is always seems to happen to me.
Yeah.
So I had to basically skate my way. Like I opened the door, and the whole highway is just ice.
And stop. Nobody's moving.
Nobody's moving. Like everybody, it's bumper to bumper traffic, but everybody's just stopped. Trucks, fucking regular, lots of trucks, but mainly just like
people are parking and getting out of their cars and like looking to see if anything is moving at all.
I get out. I like shimmy my way to the trunk with a Trenta Starbucks cup, a 30-ounce Starbucks cup, and fill it up 3 times with my piss. So I it's not that I have like any kind of shyness or anything like that, but like I feel like the longer we don't have to see each other's dicks, the better. You know what I mean? Like just to kind of like, it's like farting in front of a spouse. Like once you crack that open, it's just there. Now we know what each other's dicks look like.
Yep.
That's a different part of friendship.
Yep.
So
that I never wanted. I never asked for.
So I went to the trunk respectively. And I think the truck behind me, I was just like, I'll have my back to him. Yeah. I'll have this up. I'll have.
You're using your trunk as like a urinal.
Yeah. I was just kind of like leaning into it. Since then, I have gotten what's known as a piss jug.
Oh, good.
It's one of those bedside piss urinals, and I keep it in the car.
That's perfect.
That's for any situation like that. Again, that's something you can tuck here. You put it right in between your legs. I've done it when I was driving Instacart. I anytime I would go to a store and they didn't have a public restroom, I would just go out to the I'd go out to the parking lot, I'd piss in the jug, and I'd pour it in their parking lot.
That's awesome. Well, okay, so with that in mind, don't forget, so you pissed in that thing 3 times, and then you dumped it out on the side of the road. At one point, traffic starts moving, and we actually catch up with your piss that's rolling down the road. Like a mile down the road, we see Pat's piss just slowly creeping past
steaming. That was pretty fun. Yeah. It took a long time to freeze. I wonder if that actually ever, like, if they ever salted my piss.
They might have.
But then we eventually got moving. We got to munising, and that was, like you said, we started before the sun came up.
Yes.
And we ended up in munising, which was that was white. Like they had a white or not at that time.
It was when we were leaving.
It was
before we got there, so there was just mounds of snow everywhere. The ground was kind of still slushy and shitty. And then we did the show at a bowling alley, and it was fucking awesome.
That was okay. So I think it's the lake effect.
Yeah. Because we went to Bob's Big Boys on our way back.
Right. That's That's
where we got that picture of you and I next to the Big Boy.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was the first one I ever went to.
Oh, nice.
They're Big Macs.
Yeah.
That's it. The lake effect snow occurs when cold air, often originating from Canada. See, that's what I was saying.
Fucking Canada.
Yeah, so it's those fucking Canadians.
Goddamn socialists.
Canadian air coming in here, stealing our jobs. Moves
metric system bullshit.
The waters of the Great Lakes and adds air, and the air, cold air passes over unfrozen and relatively warm waters. The Great Lakes, warmth and moisture are transferred into the lowest portion of the atmosphere. So I think that's what was happening, was because it was either October or November. We had ice. Obviously, we just had ice in PA, but it wasn't like it was a winter wonderland or anything.
No, not like it's going to be in Michigan.
Right. So it was a situation of extreme weather.
Yep.
The whole trip, white knuckling the whole time. Yeah. I don't remember. The only parts I really remember are arriving in town and it feeling like a fucking old, like
a family shanty town in a way, like
an ABC family show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one
a
of those
Lifetime Christmas movie.
Like we're at the North Pole or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was one of those, like, it felt like a village. And
we stayed in like little cabins, basically. So, I mean, it was a fucking village.
It wasn't the village, but it was a village for sure. They were very kind, very drunk. They were waiting for us at the bowling alley
because we were running late,
because we almost died multiple times. And then got stuck on the way out.
And that's how nice they were, that we made them wait. And when we got there, they all applauded that we made it there safely.
Yeah.
And they were just ready to laugh.
Yeah.
Like they were patient, and we both fucking killed that night. It was such a great show.
It was almost like, it was even like that time was kind of like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like that, this is a cool feeling of like, even though it's like, cause I'm thinking like, it's a fucking bowl. And we were doing a bunch of those shows where we're like, what are we going into? And then it's like bowling alley.
All right.
Okay. But like also getting paid. So that was cool.
Oh yeah.
That was one of those things where like, I don't care. I'll go there. I need the money now. I like all this.
I made it all the way here. I might as well.
I need something. So that was one of those things where like, I'll do the show no matter what. But it was also like, I'm not necessarily looking forward to But then you get there and you're like, oh shit, we're standing at the lanes and they're sitting at all the tables.
Yeah.
It was perfectly lit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did a better job putting on a show at that bowling alley than most of like the venues I've been to that have PAs and shit
easily
that already have a stage.
Yeah.
Remember that one place that was on the second floor that was always too hot and too well lit in the summer, and then in the winter.
Voodoo Brewing.
Yeah. It was. I love that place. Had so much fucking cool potential, but every show felt like a dud. No, there was some cool ones. There was
some
like
very good ones that we did. The first one that I did there was fantastic, but you weren't on that one. It was me, John Miles, Kevin Brocious, and Bill Russum. And it's one of the coolest nights. But the one that you and I did, it was you, me, what's his fucking name? James, I can't remember his last name, and Brett Druck, I think. I think you and I did that one together. And that was fantastic because everybody had killer sets.
I think that was also in winter. That was colder. That was the thing where they didn't have.
It's not a summer room.
They didn't have curtains. You know what I mean? Those, hey man, set the fucking mood.
The two that I did that were great were in like fall or winter, because that's a winter fall room. Summer, it was you, me, Dan, and Kelsey. And it was just sweltering and shitty. It was like awful.
It was like doing it at an old, it was like doing comedy at an old like 1920s courthouse. Because it was like creaky, like wood creaky. But the food was great. The food was great. I never really had any beer there, I don't think, but the food was great. The place was really cool. I loved going there, but it was also like it was hit or miss on the prep of it.
Absolutely.
But like they had the lights on the lane lit up, like just the right, like just those. It's like they had every light on a switch individually. That's what it looked like.
And then the audience was dark. We were well lit. It was one of the best gigs I've ever
done. But then after, that's what you're talking about. The little hotels we stayed in. They were like, we're like, do you have the key for the hotel? And they're like, oh no, that's in your room. And we're like,
so are we locked out?
They're like, oh,
do we have to break in?
You can fire a maid or something.
They're
unlocked. So like, first of all, why are you giving us keys? I guess, but I guess once then at that point, they're like, there's nothing in there of value to steal until you bring your stuff in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Makes sense.
But Munising was, I don't know if I would ever suggest going there, but I would go back there.
100%.
Like, I don't want to tell anybody about it.
No.
Because even
like we just did.
Well, yeah, but it's not, it's dangerous. It's like, it's almost like it's like, maybe, I don't even know if technically if it does exist, because I've never heard anybody mention it.
Yeah, that's true.
We haven't been back.
No, we haven't.
And also, maybe not. Maybe this is like it was like, maybe we did die on the highway.
Right.
Holy shit.
And this is just us. Now we're in purgatory.
Damn, we just realized we're ghosts on TV.
Yeah,
on YouTube TV.
This is the reality that
YouTube's
you and
TVs?
I created in our purgatory.
Damn,
where we're still struggling.
We couldn't do better than this.
That's what I'm saying. We're still struggling. Comics. I fucking got cheated on and broken up with by a fucking cunt.
Damn.
And I'm struggling to figure out single life again.
Yeah.
You got 3 cats. You're still living in Harrisburg.
2.
All right.
In case the property company's watching.
This is the life that we created in our purgatory. It's fucking wonderful.
Yeah, damn, we definitely are projecting for sure.
Yeah, we definitely are.
No, they I think that's my biggest issue with if there is a this is all a simulation thing.
Yeah.
Of it just being like the worst like, why would they put me in this situation in the simulation?
Well, that's the thing. It's
or is it individual simulations?
No, I think it's all one simulate. Like, again, if it is the Matrix, we're plugged into it, and this is just the life that we're, either programmed to live, or it's just this is the life that we're in, and it's whatever. And it's nobody's decision, like who makes it and who doesn't. I assume. I don't fucking know. I can still bleed, so it's not a great simulation. I want Neo powers. I want to fly. God damn it.
Yeah. If anything, there's a line of rational thinking.
Yeah.
That I feel like is I've mentioned it many times on the show. Comfort. I call it a peaceful nihilism.
Yes.
Of like, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Like nothing really matters. Like ultimately at the end of everything, nothing really matters. Not Metallica said it, sure.
Right.
But I'm saying it for real.
Yeah. We all die. Eventually the Earth's going to explode and everything that we've created here is just going to be fucking dust in space.
Legitimately.
Nothing matters.
Even if there is a statue that you don't like, give it time, you'll be dead soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not a threat. That was a thing that I every time I look at it in my notes, because I haven't
always just write down doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. That's my set list now. I just put the date, the place, and I just go doesn't matter. But there's a premise that I thought of that I really like. I was like, man, I want to work on it, but it's also like every time I've looked at it in my notes, it makes me laugh because it's just I want to shoot somebody,
right?
but not like I don't like not in a violent. I don't want to not in a violent way. Like I don't want to.
Just want to kneecap them.
I know I don't want to. No, I don't like want to. I don't have the urge.
Okay,
this is the thing. I can't think of like. It's funny to me to think of like having that urge of like I don't want to. Scientifically, I want to shoot somebody.
Okay,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like somebody that's a willing participant. Almost like a leftover situation.
Okay.
Where there's like I want to know what the fuss is all about.
What it feels like to shoot
somebody. Yeah, like there's like a lot of people are shooting a lot of people.
So it's got to feel good.
It's got to like what's the benefit? What's the upside to it? Or it can't, because if it's not mental, like look, I want to know why people are shooting people.
Okay.
I feel like nobody else is looking for that answer.
Well, because here's the problem. It's very hard. I actually probably not really hard at all, but I would assume
you're really hard.
It's very hard to find willing participants that are willing to get shot.
Yeah.
Now hold on, but here's the caveat.
Right.
I am positive there are plenty of people that would love to get shot, but they'd also like to be dead.
Yeah. See, I don't want to do that.
There's not a lot of people that are like, oh, I'll get kneecapped.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But then you also have to wonder, is it in shooting somebody? Is it enjoyable to shoot them and they don't die? Like, is that
which one do you are you trying to make them suffer?
Right.
Is that the thing?
What's the fun in shooting somebody? Is it that you take their life, or is it that you injure them? Is it both things?
Right.
And I am positive there are scientists that would love to figure this out, but they can't get the funding for it.
Right.
Because somebody's gonna go, so you actually have to shoot people? And they go, yeah.
It's got to be real
fucking
bullets.
No.
Like with a vest?
No,
maybe, I don't know. I don't think so.
Right. Like that's the problem.
Like, I don't know. Honestly, we can do the research, but I think we should have a control, like some with a vest, some without.
Yeah. There's definitely people out there that know this is a thing.
I want to make it clear.
Not get
this
funding.
Is literally not a threat.
No,
I do not want to hurt anyone.
This is all scientific.
I just want to shoot somebody.
No feeling behind it. I just want to shoot a gun at a living person, because anybody can shoot
a willing participant, and I don't want to hurt anyone.
But here's the problem: because it's science, now you also have to have the
study. Why are they willing?
Well, no, not that too. But now you also have to have the groups that don't want to get shot, because that might change the feeling.
You're right.
Of it too.
So okay,
so this is why it can't get done.
This is what I'm saying.
Too much fucking autonomy involved in the whole thing. Fucking rights and all that shit. I bet you could get it done in Russia.
Yeah.
I bet you this has been done in Russia and China several times.
They're like,
over.
do you want the answer? We know.
They have the
we already got the. You want the results here? You don't even have to do the study.
They do it every day.
There was. So like when they go, if they go into like a gay nightclub or a church or something like, it's very clear. It's those people want to kill people they don't like.
Yes, 100%.
That's awful. And that's not what I'm saying.
No.
But I'm talking about the people that go to a parade.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
Right.
There's just people, there's kids and there's old people there's no general, like there's not one type of person.
Pizza Hut closes in 5 minutes and you motherfuckers are in my way.
You're right. so it's a traffic issue.
I want to get my goddamn pizzone, and you sons of bitches are celebrating what the fuck? Oh, it's our bicentennial. Bang, bang, bang. I don't care. I need my
Just put a cattle prod on the front of your car. Like those people are the people that like are just hurting random people like that.
Right.
Like
I like how look, I get if you want to shoot,
No, I'm saying like that's a hate crime. You're saying I hate this person.
No, but I like how there is like a slight, you're like, I get wanting to kill people of a certain, whatever, but
if you have hate in your heart,
like, what's your problem?
Man? Yeah, man. Come on, a parade?
Yeah,
you're ruining it. What do you want to be ants at a parade? You don't want to be.
You're just ruining somebody's good day.
You're just being an evil dickhead at that point.
Yeah,
and I don't.
Not when you're fucking shooting up.
If you go into a church, you're obviously you're making. There's a clear message in your head.
Yes.
If there's a parade, do you hate parades? Do you hate people?
I totally get what you're saying, but I'm also recognizing normal people listening to this.
Yeah.
Go, dude, it's all evil. There's no.
Yeah. Sure.
But I totally get.
Maybe some of it is mental illness, though.
I think all of it is mental illness.
Well, if you ask fucking NRA, they're going to tell you otherwise.
Well, yeah, because they're mentally ill. Sorry.
Takes one to know one.
But I remember I was arguing with somebody.
I'm only going to tell you one time. Sorry, I had to give you a good DLR That's drop fair. For that one.
But no, I was arguing with somebody one time, and they were saying you can't just keep writing this off to mental illness.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but somebody can be mentally ill and they're still wrong in doing what they do. Like, I would argue that all terrorists are mentally ill.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that gives them a pass to do what they just did. Fucking try them. And even if they take like the insanity plea, fucking execute them anyways. I don't care. Like, I still are like, yeah, what they did is a mentally ill thing. I don't think you can be of healthy sound and mind and wear a suicide vest with fucking ball bearings in it and blow up a place.
Or do it like what's the the crock pot recipe guys. You know what I mean?
They're mentally fucking ill.
Took a couple ninja foodies and took it to Boston and fucking blew some limbs.
Those people are mentally
crazy
ill.
Yeah.
But that put them on trial. And when they're come up as guilty, either lock them away for life or kill them. I don't give a shit. They're mentally ill people. Absolutely. But they're still bad people. Get them out of society. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. There's plenty of mentally ill people that just eat ice cream and fall asleep on their,
and good for them
in the morning.
Let's give them a couple $100 to leave everybody the fuck alone.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
Yeah. But
I was
harming.
I don't know if you could tell, but I was talking about myself.
I figured as much.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, if you're somebody that's mentally ill and you're harming society, get the fuck out of society.
Come on, you knucklehead.
You don't get a free pass just because you're fucking crazy.
Okay. Yeah. See, this goes back to my first ever damn it moment.
Yeah.
Is I love the fact that I genuinely had the thought at the time of like, fuck. Because I saw a sign, I remember in my elementary school in the office, they put up and it's a cop pointing, it's like one of these.
Right.
And it says ignorance of the
accusatorily fucking asshole.
It's like one of these, and he's going, smelling it. But he's like, it says ignorance of the law is no excuse. And that was literally my plan. Was like, if I do some fucked up shit as a kid, it's always gonna be like, well, I didn't know.
You know, it's great though.
Fuck.
I think it's called qualified immunity.
Oh, so it is a thing.
They can say to normal people, ignorance of the law is not an excuse, but qualified immunity under the police code of conduct. That's what happened with George Floyd and a couple of other, ironically, a couple other black people that the cops have killed.
What happened?
That they just call it qualified immunity. I think that's the term.
They didn't know that they couldn't kill a perp.
Yeah, something like that.
Really?
And it's
he didn't know that was excessive or something like that.
Something like that. Where, and again, somebody will correct me if I'm wrong with this because I'm fucking white and liberal. And again, I don't agree with what they did.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate, I'm not at all going to shoot anyone
today,
unless we can get the study going. I need to get all the logistics out.
For cops, it's like called qualified immunity. And basically, like, if you didn't know, or if it's never been like tried under like a specific way or brought up in a specific way, like the cop basically gets away with it.
So like
something like that. So ignorance of the law, you get one. It's the fucking pedestrian, non-cop piece of shit. You don't get to say, I didn't know that wasn't a law, but they get to do it. I think that's the way. If anybody wants to correct me, please fucking correct me.
I didn't see the back of the poster.
I will not listen to you at all. I don't give a shit.
I didn't see the back of the poster, but I'm pretty sure if you flip that poster around, it says ignorance of the law is no excuse. But then you flip it over and it says, but it's my excuse.
But that's why they're pointing at you specifically. Yeah. That's why they're in the fucking,
and it says
hat with a nightstick.
Double ellipses. But for me,
yeah.
But for me, yeah, right. It is. So that's qualified immunity. What a bummer. Damn.
Yeah.
So it's essentially the law of it's the law
in general,
of you get one.
laws are suggestions that some people take seriously. That's all it is. They are suggestions. Please don't fucking kill, rob, rape, maim, murder. And some people are like, I mean, I heard you, but I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
Yeah, because there's pieces of shit out there that don't, they don't know that we live in a goddamn society.
Yeah, there's rules, damn it.
Each other.
So I don't know if it's like I guess it's an actual excuse necessarily.
Yeah,
but it was going to be an explanation.
Oh,
for sure. Like because sometimes that honestly,
your lawyer would look at you and fucking smack you around Three Stooges style. Yeah. No, you knucklehead, you can't do that.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh shucks, I didn't know I could do that.
Wait, how old was Pat when he saw that and realized?
Well, like I said elementary school. I'm not a creep, so I was in elementary school at the time.
Elementary school Pat was thinking of
crimes.
Of crimes.
How to get away with crimes. Yeah,
and then in elementary school, you realize like, I can't claim ignorance.
That poster, like
that says a lot about you even today.
Get this, right? I think that might have been the turning point in my life, because I could have been fucked up as a kid if I was just like starting to think about alibis and how to lie to cops and shit. And the cop was just like, don't even try to lie to me because it's not going to work. And I'd be like, oh no.
No, but that definitely, it says a lot about you. But I also recognize, like, even early on, there's a lot of things that I didn't believe in and I thought were like creepy and bullshit. Because I remember when I was in elementary school or middle school, one of my friend's sisters had like rededicated her life to Christ. She was like a born again Christian. And I remember him hearing me tell me that. And I was like, that sounds fucking stupid. Isn't that a little weird? And he's like, what's weird about that? I was like, oh, I don't think like everybody else does. Like,
oh yeah.
Early on, I thought religion was horse shit.
Right.
So yeah, like that's still fascinating though.
So she told you that, and then you were like,
you dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah, I had in my like 12-year-old head, I had that rolling around like, that sounds fucking stupid.
What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to give you
no, I appreciate
Al Pacino one.
But I do love the fact that in elementary school, Pat sees a poster that goes, hey, you can't claim ignorance of the law. And you're like, God damn it.
Yeah. Really? It's like, I almost like went to the counter.
Erasers then.
Yeah.
Stolen from everybody.
I stole. Yeah. Hell yeah. I stole from, I
stole a candy bar when I was a kid, and my dad made me go back to the grocery store.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of candy bar?
Snickers, I think.
It's worth it. Satisfies.
But yeah, I stole a candy bar from the grocery store, and then my dad found out, and he made me go back to the grocery store, and I think he made me apologize to like the butcher. He's like,
he just picked somebody.
Yeah, he couldn't find the store manager, so he's just like, you have to apologize to somebody. And it didn't stop me from stealing. I still steal shit.
You didn't see the poster, that's why.
Yeah, that is true. I was just like, oh, the consequences are I just apologize. I can do that.
Yeah.
I can apologize to people.
But I think that's, and also the amount of crime that we do. It's not to the point of excessive.
No,
we don't have to. It never gets to the point where the cop has to use the ignorance of the law excuse.
I do not steal from other people. That I think is wrong, to steal from an individual.
Right.
But stealing from the Mars Corporation, fuck them. I don't care.
Yeah, why not?
I'll steal from Walmart. I'll steal from Target. I will steal from corporations. And then, well, eventually, if you just keep stealing those things, like, it's going to make it harder on everybody else. And in that respect, I don't fucking care either.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, that's the problem you have. Like, because that's the issue I have.
I only care about me. Fuck everybody.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those situations where don't make your thing like my. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you can say that, but so like,
if they have to lock up Snickers bar behind glasses one day, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, okay.
To me. If I cause that problem, I'm way happy about it.
And then you got me. Like, and then you win.
Right.
But also, if you're gonna make this, it's almost like they gets to a point where, you know how there's a portion of food that is allowed to contain like rat droppings and shit. Like, there's like a portion that FDA is like, well, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah, one rat turd is not gonna harm you.
But there's an amount that's allowable.
Right.
It's gonna be like that point of like, I think they kind of work it into their budget of like, we're gonna get had.
Yeah, loss prevention.
About this much.
That job title exists because people like me exist.
I have a purpose, damn it. So
I need to make sure that guy has a job. So I'm going to steal now.
We talked about this a lot. Like, you talk about a lot, at least in your comedy, about like, like office jobs or things that you've like done, like shenanigans and shit. I remember until the past 2 jobs that I've had.
Yeah.
I feel like, and even still, there's still some chicanery every once in a while, but would almost like, and not in that sense. Like I'm talking about, I would have, when I worked at Hollywood Video, I had hardcore matches because we had a bunch of empty boxes in the back and like styrofoam things. So we just kept like throwing each other into them and like suplexing and like smashing like throughout the whole store.
Yeah.
Like kind of after we closed, it was hilarious.
That sounds fun.
We played music over the PA in like Hollywood and stuff like that. Like I would do a lot of shit, but also like when I was on the clock, I was just like, if I wanted a soda, I would just have a soda. If I wanted some Butterfingers, I would just eat.
Yeah.
I would just like, it was my house. Like just be talking to somebody, grab a Slim Jim, just be like, anyway, like,
yeah,
like it was, I probably am somewhat responsible for Blockbuster and or Hollywood Video having to close their doors. Obviously I didn't create Netflix.
No, but on some scale.
Yes. Yeah. I have a percentage. I think I have a percentage.
Oh, definitely. Well, I have 2 rules in my life. One is a rule. One
allegedly.
Is just, one is a rule. One is just a place that I used to work at the Fredericktown Mall in Frederick, Maryland. I used to work at I want to think it was like a 66-cent store. I swear to God, that is a real
66-cent store. What do they call it? Do they just call it?
They call it the 66-cent store. That was it. Like these fucking hillbillies bought out like, I don't know, a quarter of that mall, and they had like a 66-cent store, and they had all these discount stores all over the place, and they just did buyouts of all of this shit, and they just owned like 10% of the mall. It was amazing, and I worked for them, and they paid me $10 an hour under the table, untaxed.
Oh wow,
it was fucking sweet.
How the fuck can they pay you? By being the 66-cent.
Well, they had other stores too in the mall,
profitable ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they told me like they had this entire section just filled with like candy and treats, and they're like, if you want something, you can just take it. You don't have to pay for it at all. And then I translated that to any time that I go to like a Dollar Tree where everything is $1. If I want something and there's a line, I just take it.
Yeah.
I just fucking take it and I walk out with it because it's $1. I wanted it more than you did. So it's mine now.
Yeah. If this was really, you do have stuff locked up back there. So there's definitely some shit that you don't want people to steal cigarettes. You don't want people to steal birth control.
No, but I mean like a Dollar Tree.
Oh, a Dollar Tree. Well,
like a Dollar
cigarettes.
Tree. No, they don't. I don't know if they actually sell any of that shit. Like it's legit $1.
You haven't been to Florida.
There have been plenty of times where I wanted something. There was a line. I went, fuck it. I just grabbed it and I walked out with it. God damn it, baby. No, I ain't lying. And I used to work for Dollar Trees. Too.
Yeah.
I used to be an assistant manager at a Dollar Tree. To this day, I will still walk into a Dollar Tree, and if there's a line and I want something, it's fucking mine. I don't care.
I was taught
Yeah.
this method at Blockbuster.
Mhm.
I was taught that if you wanted a pizza,
Yeah.
you just, because we're in a strip mall, you just walk down to Papa John's.
Mhm.
You make a deal.
Yeah.
You say, hey, can I get a pizza? And,
Yeah.
and you order whatever you want, apparently.
Yeah.
Anything you want. Pizza, wings,
Mhm.
crazy fuck bread or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted. Go back to the store.
Mhm.
At the end of their shift, the Papa John's people will come down and just take a game.
There you go.
And not rent a game.
Right. Just take it.
They just take it.
That's called the bartering system.
Yeah.
And it clearly works.
And I was like, I remember thinking like, wait a minute. Like, because
at the end of the year, your books are going to be more fucked up than theirs.
That I was like, this is not the same
product.
at all.
No,
this is not even
physical product that somebody isn't able to have right now. And in your computer, it says you technically do have it on the shelf.
100%. It said it. And I was just kind of thinking like, that's like a newer game too, like that he took. And I was just like, I remember when he taught me that, I was just thinking like, are you, I remember thinking like, are you, nobody says anything.
Right.
And he's like, you can't do it like all the time. But I was just like, but how, because when I was working at Hollywood, that was at Blockbuster. When I was working at Hollywood Video, we would, there was a convenience store at the end of that strip mall. I worked in a lot of strip malls.
Yeah. Florida.
Yeah. There was an Indian gentleman who owned that convenience store. And he had a deal with us that he would come down and he would peruse the screeners.
Yeah.
And we would be able to have like tabs with him. But it was never an even exchange because he would only borrow it.
Yeah.
And he would give it back to us. It was the ones that were like, these are what's coming out next Tuesday.
Okay.
So like he would come see like what we had and he would just watch it on his TV because he was at work all day, you know, and he would just watch movies all day. And we would come in and say, like, can I get a pack of cigarettes? Something like almost like Clerks. It made me feel like Clerks. I felt like so cool at that time because I would come in, get a whatever soda we didn't have at our, like, I think we were Coke.
Okay.
So if I wanted a Pepsi, I would get Pepsi from him, and I would get a pack of cigarettes and do whatever, and just be like, and he's like, oh, anything good out this week? I'm like, oh yeah, some good stuff. He's like, I'll be over later. And I just go back, and he would just, and if we didn't have money, we could just, like, he would just toss us.
That's a great system.
Yeah, it was that was like, I was like, so when I got to Blockbuster after Hollywood, I was like, you guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're gonna get, and then there was an investigation at that store. And I was like, yeah, duh. Right. And I didn't rat on anybody, but I ended up putting in my notice at that same time because I got a job at like some law firm.
Ironically,
in the mailroom. I got a job somewhere else, and I quit. And I was apparently put in or considered to be a suspect in that shit, because they were like, he quit around that time. That's kind of fishy. And I was like, no, you idiots, or you did that to yourself. I was still doing the thing where I would drink a soda or Butterfingers whenever I wanted, but not if my manager was there.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously.
You're not stupid.
So even then, and at Hollywood, I was more of a manager. So I was just kind of like, hey, what's going on? Dots, those little dots. That's and shit like that.
Amazing.
And I was so fat at that time. That was close to my fattest, I think.
Really?
And now it's making a lot more sense.
Right. You're just eating free Butterfingers.
And by the way,
drinking fucking sugar all day.
I may trade a Pizza Hut pizza and wings and all that other shit for a game, but like a Papa John's pizza,
no, come
on. What are you doing? What do you think? This may trigger you. I just want to warn you. What do you think the best chain pizza is? Is it Lido's?
Lido's isn't a chain.
I mean, it was. It's a mini chain.
It's a mini chain because it's
nationwide
really designated to like the DMV area, I think, or whatever, the fucking Maryland, Virginia.
What does DMV stand for?
I don't know.
Department of
Motor Vehicles. What is it? Is it?
You know what?
The Maryland, Virginia, DC area? Don't people call it the DMV?
The Maryland, Virginia area?
Fucking know, Pat. I don't live there.
What?
But DVA, I don't fucking know. But I love Lido's. Lido's is fantastic, but I mean, that's not nationwide. If we're going nationwide, fuck.
Yeah. So it's Department of Veterans Affairs. I don't think they know what we're talking about. No. This might be a regional thing. Hey, if you know what we're talking about, pound off.
But I don't know. Domino's is so in control of everything right now. I don't know. I really don't know, because there's
always such dusty pizza in my opinion.
It is. But I mean, look, in a pinch, because it's cheap, I love Little Caesars.
Oh, yeah, that's
because they're literally all across the country. They are sometimes in gas stations, and they have their like
hot and ready.
Yeah. So that, like, just because it's cheap, it's available almost anywhere you go.
Yeah.
I will give Little Caesars definitely somewhere in the top. I haven't had Pizza Hut in so long because we just don't have them where I am, but I do love Pizza Hut. Papa John's is definitely low rank. Yeah. I don't give a shit about Papa John's. If it's available,
it's good. It's good, but it's not like it's never my first choice. It's never my first choice.
I would say if it's wherever I am, it's between Pizza Hut and Domino's. I think Pizza Hut gets the edge.
I think, I don't know, man. So if I'm talking about more, again, it's not, I don't know how nationwide it is.
Yeah.
They are in Michigan and they're in Florida. I know for sure. Okay. Those two places, but Hungry Howie's,
I've never heard of that,
is very similar to Little Caesars.
Okay.
In the sense that they're lower end. You can get a pizza, like when we were still living there, you could still get a pizza, large pizza, cheese and pepperoni with Cajun crust. You can get flavored crusts. That was the thing. That's their claim to fame.
Yeah.
Not necessarily stuffed, but like they would put good flavors on the crust.
Nice.
And it was cheaper pizza, like kind of like Little Caesars, but it was like the good like arcade kind of pizza.
Okay.
Like where it's got the brown spots on top and everything, like the good shit. Probably not good shit, but that would be like, I love that pizza, but that's cheap, whatever, in a pinch, kind of like just grab this. I don't know. I think Pizza Hut. Yeah. But also, I'm a fan of the Pizzone. Not a lot of people like the Pizzone.
They don't have it anymore.
They have the the flipper dipper,
yeah,
whatever that shit is, the fucking like charade pizzone.
Yeah, no, but the pizzone for me was like one of the best things they ever.
I don't know if you could tell we haven't had lunch yet. We're both hungry boys here. No, there's so many other pizzas that I would trade a game for.
Oh yeah,
but like if I'm thinking about Papa John's, it's not worth losing my job over. And it wasn't. I remember thinking how stupid of a deal that was at a job.
Right.
What would you say? Because like I said, I never stole from the law firm. I did use my free parking for the Warped Tour that year. I had garage parking.
All right.
I was working for Belts and Ruth.
Okay.
That's the name of the law firm.
Yeah.
Belts and Ruth, for the people. I'd seen the commercial. Actually,
for the people and for the Pat.
Oh man, who's the guy? Both of them did not like me.
Yeah.
Neither one of those gentlemen were fans of Pat.
Yeah.
They don't like me because I also was I still don't exactly know how to dress like professional. I know how to look good. You know how like when people go, damn, you clean up good, like kind of shit.
Yeah.
I know how to look like that, but it's still like there's probably going to be like a bolo tie or something. It's going to be something stupid. So like I'm definitely a fashion idiot in a lot of cases,
right?
But it just
I need people to dress me.
It works. Yeah. I go by Dom's reactions for sure.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I just am just trying to cover things and not
anything that I wear that is considered nice today is because somebody else that has fashion sense told me you look good in that.
Yep.
And then I listen to that and I keep that in my fucking head. That's it. I cannot dress myself to look nice at all. Everything that I have that looks nice is because somebody else told me you look good in that. Go forward with that fashion style.
Yeah. I think I have the similar plight.
Yeah.
I kind of have, if you buy me clothes, it's really hit or miss. But if I like go, oh, this is pretty cool, maybe I'll try that. Like, and I try it and somebody reacts to it. Yeah. I'll just buy that for a while.
Positive reinforcement all the way. Always
works. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like if it's an issue with not having an eye. Like I know how to dress myself.
Yeah, of course.
But I also don't know where I was going with that topic right before I asked you that. What was I talking about with the fashion?
I don't know. I just know we were still stuck on pizza and what you'd be willing to give up a game for.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's Belts and Ruth. That's what it was.
Oh, Belts and Ruth. Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't know what professional, like I was wearing like button-up shirts. I still, like I said, I don't feel like I buy a button-up plaid shirt from Walmart, a pair of pants that fit correctly.
Yeah.
And that's my,
it's got buttons. That's professional.
Never dress. Yeah. That's what I always thought. Like button up, like the more like this is good. Like one of these is acceptable.
But if it goes from the top of your neck all the way down to your balls, that's a fancy fucking shirt.
Right.
That's
and I would even like,
professional.
I think I would even like tuck it in too.
Okay.
So like there was lots of times. So I never really loved that job. It was in the mail room.
Right.
And I would deliver the mail.
Yeah.
And every time I would feel like I was trying to win them over. So I'd like try to say something. So I don't know if I ever told you this. The reason I got fired, I got fired from that job. That's one of the only jobs I ever got fired from.
Yeah.
Mostly I would quit. I'm a big quitter. Love quitting. Love it. You should see me in jujitsu all the time. I'm like,
but that gives you the power.
Yeah. And that's one of those things. I was just like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't fire me. I quit.
Yep.
But they fired me. But I still use my parking after.
Nice.
There was a paralegal there. This woman who kind of, do you remember how they portrayed, what was her name? Linda Tripp in SNL. Remember the friend of Monica Lewinsky that leaked everything?
I don't remember what they did on SNL.
They had John Goodman play her.
Oh shit.
So she was not that big of a lady, but she was a very tall, John Goodman's a very tall, he's a big man all around at that time.
Yeah.
She wasn't as round, but she was a big woman.
Right.
And I was sitting in the mailroom one day and she ended up finally trying to have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, hey, cool. So I go, so we were talking and she said something about her husband. She's like, well, I was like, so she said something, she mentioned her husband. I go, oh, what's your husband do? And she goes, "Oh, he's a professional ventriloquist." And I go, and I just laughed directly in her face. Like I was standing in front of her, we were having a conversation. I was just like, because I was like, oh, cool. And I go, "I guess we know who's the breadwinner, huh?" I was legitimately fired. I think if not the next day, the next week, like days later. Like, and I was like, I wonder what happened.
That's amazing.
I don't remember. I think I wasn't meeting the demand. Right. I definitely wasn't. But I hated that
was the easy way to justify getting rid of you. It's just like, oh, you were mocking a fellow employee.
I definitely no.
Yeah, their husband's a fucking loser.
Yeah, it was not that reason. It was they gave me a reason of like I was not like I don't know if it was like I wasn't on time, or something like that. They used something that I couldn't necessarily argue, but it was also like my performance wasn't good at,
whatever horse shit they were gonna feed you.
But also like, I like when they did that, I was just like, okay, thank you. Like because I was running out of shirts. I didn't have any more shirts to wear. I only had like a circulation of like 3 shirts, nice shirts that I could wear there that covered my tattoos. That were dress casual or whatever they wanted to call it. I have no fashion in that sense, but I can look good. I can shine this turd up. Right. That's about it. So I don't know if it's a fashion issue or if it's just if it's like an authority issue. Cause like legitimately,
I don't know. Cause
I'll wear a polo. I'll wear your uniform or whatever. But like, if you're like, you got to look good in your clothes. I'm like, well, I don't have nice clothes.
Well, I think it's a matter of 2 things. One, it's your own sense of fashion of like, what looks good to everybody. But then it also comes down to what are you comfortable in? Yeah. Like it's taken me a while to be comfortable in things that people also recognize as like sensibly fashionable. Yeah. So like I finally got there, but I also had to like, really test shit out to figure out what am I comfortable in? How do I feel in this? So I think it's probably a combination of those 2 things because like,
but that's also, the thing like, is I don't feel comfortable in clothes that you told me to wear. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing.
That's my thing. Like you have to figure it out for yourself. Right. And figure out what you like, because then that's how you feel confident and attractive and all that. Cause it all fucking bundles into there where however you're dressed, that's gonna, and you're comfortable, that's what makes you feel confident. That's what makes you feel attractive. That's what makes you feel acceptable to other people. You got to figure that out for yourself. And once you do, that's when you start getting attention from other people as well. They go, "Oh, wow, you look really good, Pat. That's a nice..."
I hate that compliment. I always hate that just because it's always like, well, what did I look like last time?
You fucking woman.
Yeah. I want to be like, well, why are you saying that now?
And again,
but it's also, if I bought a new thing, I'm like, oh, you're complimenting me. You're noticing that.
That's another one of those growth things where you just have to accept, like, they're not saying that you looked ugly last time. They're just saying, hey, wow, look, you look good.
You've made a change. I'm realizing it. Yeah. Good job.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think there's that though, but I will say two examples just in footwear. Yes. Where I'll tell you, I don't think I definitely go that route. Yeah. But it almost always backfires in some way. Actually, one way, not necessarily. So for Chris's wedding, shout out to Chris Williams when he got married to what's her name again? Cara.
His fiance.
Carrara.
He got married to his fiance.
Check out
he finally figured out to stop calling her his fucking fiance.
I call her his beard. But Dom was like, I want to kind of match. Like I want to kind of look, and I was like, okay. All right. But I'm like, does this match? Does this match? I've seen her clothes. Yeah. I should know what matches, but I'm just like, can I wear green? Yeah. She's like, yeah, green. Yeah. Green goes with gold. I'm just like, yeah, green goes with gold.
I dressed
what about brown pants
for his wedding? And I blame Rashid for that one.
Why? Did he give you the green? Wait, why do you?
Well, first of all, I don't know how, like, I didn't know how like nice the wedding was going to be. So I just asked Rashid, I was like, hey, what are you wearing? He's like, I'm just going to wear a nice pair of pants and a polo. I'm like, I can do that. And I wore dress pants. I wore my fucking sneakers, my fucking white old guy New Balance sneakers, a purple zip up polo and a white shirt under it. And I look like an asshole. Like I look like the most out of place person at his fucking wedding. And my fucking girlfriend at the time was telling me like, if we went to that wedding together, you would not fucking look like that. That is an embarrassment of how you looked. And part of me knew that.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm just me. Like I wanted to be comfortable. And I recognize now, like, oh, I should have dressed up nicer.
Yeah, they put a lot more effort into this.
Yeah, I should put a lot more. But then I also look at Rashid, and he's dressed like an asshole, and I'm like, whatever. Me and the black dude don't look like we fit in. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Didn't he wear like a hat?
I think he did. Yeah.
But again, that's who you invited.
Yeah, so I love Rashid. That's no mark against him.
But did you notice also Lemaire? You can lump Lemaire in that same. Well, he's getting a little bit better with his fashion now that he's been losing weight too. Mm-hmm. Like he's lost weight since we've met him at least. But they also sat us all at the same table.
Yeah, they did.
And all of us were kind of dressed similar. So like I think they had that in mind dressed, already.
Yeah, you and Dom looked impeccable. You guys looked great.
But we were like the high end of the low table.
Yeah, you know they put us in the corner in the back of the room.
Dom always looks great. I think that's the case. Like she does have that sense of like, oh, I gotta buy
a dress for her. Dom knows what the fuck she's doing.
And that's the thing. So I always go like, is it this? Is it this? Is it
Mm-hmm.
this? So
I need somebody to tell me that's what you need to wear. Don't fucking dress like you think you should.
I started the quest to the wedding by going like, I need new footwear.
Mm-hmm.
I need new dress shoes because I don't have dress shoes.
Right.
So I went shopping for dress shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And all the dress shoes I saw were fucking dress shoes.
Right.
I don't like dress shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, I don't think I'm going to wear dress shoes anymore. And she goes, okay. Like she did that thing. She goes, yeah, you don't have to if you don't want to. Kind of thing.
I was like, this is Pat. This is a fight.
I'm not going to, because she knows I've done the work to point if I want a comfortable pair of dress shoes,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to buy some sneakers.
Right.
So I did. I just bought a really nice pair of sneakers of Converse, actually.
Nice.
And still get compliments on them. So I know that they're a good pair of shoes that I bought at least. So that's not necessarily a loss. Last winter, we were going to go snow tubing.
Okay.
I also don't own boots.
Right.
I don't like wearing boots.
Mm-hmm.
Even in my punk days, I tried.
Yeah.
I talk about this with Andy all the time on Drag the Lake. I felt excluded from punk.
Yeah.
Because I was a fat kid
mm-hmm.
that had to wear like extra wide shoes. So like, or could only afford like Walmart boots.
Yeah.
Not Doc Martens.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a big complex of like, I can't wear the tight, plaid pants that they wear and the boots with the different laces
mm-hmm.
that tell you if I'm racist or not racist.
Right.
What? What? There's a good skinhead and then there's a bad skinhead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. I didn't like all those rules.
Yeah, of course.
So I was just kind of like, well, I'm gonna wear the pair of Nikes that were on clearance.
Okay.
I will buy the whatever Walmart brand of stretchy pant,
mm-hmm.
and then a shirt that fits that I'll maybe iron on a patch like this big on.
Yeah, perfect.
So bam, there we go. I've never had fashion, but I've always had my own.
Mm-hmm.
What's the nice way to say somebody's a piece of shit? I march to the beat of my own drum.
You march to the beat of your own
when
drum.
it comes to fashion.
Yeah,
that's what I call a backhanded compliment.
It is, but I think
fashion wise, I definitely march to the beat of my own drum.
Yeah, I think it also works for you. Like I've never. Like that's Pat.
It's not
like,
jarring. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not like, why is Pat wearing that? It's
I've never looked at you and thought like, oh, he's trying to be different.
Right.
Like those kind of people where I'm just like, okay, you clearly spent a lot of fucking money because you don't have a personality. Right. You have a personality and it reflects in how you dress. How you dressed is not who you are.
Yeah. And it's not like I wear a Hawaiian shirt. Like I'm not the Hawaiian shirt guy. Yeah. Right. I've got some Hawaiian shirts, but I'm not. It's my own thing. I definitely have so, and I appreciate you saying that. That's very kind words. Thank you. I didn't want to overlook the compliment.
No, it's like when you go to the mall and you see somebody with all this like stupid shit on, and it's like, you don't have a personality.
Yeah.
You traded clothes for a personality.
Yeah. It's kind of like,
it's just like, that's just how Pat
you're wearing
dresses.
the uniform. You're wearing like, yeah. You're like that. I'm trying so hard to be a part of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is like, I always had that feeling in punk. Was always a thing of like, why are you guys trying so hard?
Yeah.
I like doing so. When I had a mohawk for a long time when I was a kid, from like I think the end of middle school, like through a lot of my teens, most of my teens, I think, and maybe even early 20s. I can't remember when I finally gave up, but I like the haircut because it's fucking. That's why I like a mullet. This is an adult mohawk. This is a professional mohawk. This is as professional as a mohawk can get.
Yes.
So I like the convenience of this. I don't have to do anything to it.
Nope.
And it kind of flatters my head.
Yeah.
Like it actually works to my head shape.
You pull it off. It works for you. I get my hair cut short because I don't like dealing with fucking hair. I grew it out long years ago. It's a pain in the ass to deal with. The shorter I can get my hair without looking like a skinhead or like I was, one of those alt-right fucking haircuts.
One of the weirdos. Yeah. Like the swoopy ones or something.
I can't do that shit. I just like getting my hair cut short. It is easy to deal with in the morning or when I go out to shit. It's just better for me. I do what's convenient for me and looks good. That's it.
And I feel that's my overall thing is what do I like? But it's also like sometimes you kind of have to a lot of times people go like there's situations where it's not about just what you like. You got to do something like
fuck everybody.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I want to be comfortable. That's what matters to me most.
Right.
If I'm comfortable in this, that's what I'm going to do. And again, that plays into your confidence and all of that shit, because when you exude that, other people recognize it and they accept you for it. You can tell when somebody's doing shit just to try to fit in or look different on purpose, and they're fucking fake people, and I don't want to be around them or deal with them at all.
One of my favorite things is when somebody else brings up a thing, like when I unironically do something. So one of my the best example I feel like is when people comment on the sunglasses that I have. I think except for maybe two pairs of prescription sunglasses. Actually, no, one was good. The other one was I had a pair of prescription sunglasses that I had made that were like those plastic aviators. But they were red, white, and blue.
Okay.
I love those things. I love those, but they had such a short life. I wore them to the beach. I was in the water. I was like laying down in the shallow end, and the wave came up and took them off my face and took them to the ocean. Forever. Lost to the sea.
They're in a dolphin's asshole now.
And my only satisfaction, or hopefully they're in a fucking turtle's neck or some shit. Because they look cool.
There's a seal strangling a fucking turtle.
The turtle's just got it in his shell like this, like tucked in. But it's like they're pulling it out of him, like he's going. They fucking stupid turtles. My only satisfaction is that even if somebody finds those bitchin' pair of shades, they are prescription and they will not work. Because my eyes are terrible. So I had those and another pair of prescription ones that were like Ray-Bans that were actually kind of nice, but they were just basic black frame. But I don't like nice sunglasses. I love, as somebody who has had to wear glasses most of his life, I love the blue blockers that go over
the fucking things for cataracts patients. I want those.
Those are my favorite ones.
I love those.
I would have them for these glasses, but there's none that fit. I have been to every Walgreens because they're at Walgreens. No, CVS. I think the kind that Polar Shield. I would love them as a sponsor, but they're like even the extra large ones that don't fit. So then I learned that there's like the 50. There's actual like measurements. There's styles of measurements or whatever. But there's basically like 2 or 3 size frames of glasses. Unless you get into like boutique ones. I learned a lot about glasses, but I have switched now to clip-on sunglasses. That clip right onto the thing, and they look like a little framed glass or whatever. And I forget that I have them on. Because now I've even transitioned into I wear the yellow ones at night. And they're see-through. But the clip-on ones kind of hide my regular glasses. So they just kind of look, if you just look at me, they just kind of look like I'm wearing a pair of sunglasses. You don't really think about it unless you get close or have them flipped up. Which I do. Unironic. It is function over fashion in my sense. I like them, but I don't expect anybody to think that they're cool or nice. I'll go to a drive-through sometimes and I'll be wearing the yellow ones and I'm just like, oh, why are they laughing? And I'm like,
because you look like John Goodman.
They look like
Lebowski.
And I'm screaming usually at a device as I'm walking up. It's not the rules.
It's over the fucking line.
Yeah, I don't care necessarily, but if I act like, I still need to know if you're mocking me or not.
Absolutely.
So like I have an issue a lot of times that Dom tries to help me with a lot.
Yeah.
Where I hate knowing that people think they're better than me. and I manifest this in my head of this thing of like, this person thinks like I'm bullshit.
Right.
Like, and I don't care except for the fact that they think that they're right.
Right. Well, what the fuck do they know?
I can at least argue like most things, if not everything, are subjective.
Yeah.
Like a lot of art is subjective, a lot of music, a lot of anything, and food, tastes, anything. I'm not going to say, oh, you only eat chicken fingers and ketchup.
Yeah.
Like I'm not one of those dickheads that say you can't put ketchup on a hot dog. I don't give a fuck if it's a sandwich or not.
No, you're just one of those dickheads that judge somebody on grocery store choice.
But again, it's, you know what it stands for, Jack. I almost called you Jack.
God damn it,
Jackie. It's because of our sticker.
God, it's such a good one.
There's like, I definitely judge though. Like I don't want to like interact with somebody that's trying to mock me in that sense. Like,
no, because you're in on it.
Yeah.
Like when whatever you're wearing or whatever you're doing, you're like, yeah, I know you probably don't think this is cool. I don't give a shit if it's cool. Or not. I'm wearing this. I'm doing this because I like it.
But if you say cool glasses to me, and you don't mean it, fuck you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Like I definitely, that's the thing I don't like, is the thing of like, you think you got one on me.
Yeah.
But like also like but do I care? See, now that's the thing, is like, I've always kind of gone through my life of like, I don't give a fuck what people think, but I think I care a lot what people think ultimately. Like not I care that they're wrong.
Yeah.
Like there are situations where there is a right and wrong sometimes, but like where I can kind of go, oh, that's you're going into this for something else. That kind of thing of like, you want to get fucked. Like you're a single person. You want to dress so that people think you're attractive.
Of course.
I'm married. I don't give a fuck if I'm attractive. I mean, like to anybody else besides my lovely wife.
Right. Well, no, I lost weight and did all of those things again because I need to be attractive for
you. Lost weight because you were depressed. So don't act like you did it on purpose, pal.
That's true. But it was a benefit, to be fair.
Silver lining.
Yeah, silver lining. I lost weight. I look better now.
And as long as you don't have an eating disorder.
No, I don't have an eating disorder. I still love donuts and carbs and all that.
Still time.
Lovely horse shit. That's true. But no, the thing that bothers me is who the fuck is anybody to like judge? Just in that sense, like we're comics, we judge every fucking thing. We're assholes. But I'm saying like when somebody will say to you, just like, oh, cool glasses, like, what the fuck do you care? Like, what does it matter to your life that I like the thing that I'm wearing right now? Like, who the fuck are you? You useless fucking loser. Like, that's the thing you chose to judge today, is how somebody's dressed. And again, I realize I just said like 5 minutes ago that somebody, wearing, just all fucking gothy Hello Kitty shit or whatever at the mall that doesn't have a personality, and they decided to just buy a personality. Yeah, they're fucking losers.
But but do you
fact that I'm confident that's
the thing. You're wrong. Yeah, you're wrong.
Myself.
You read this wrong.
Yeah. I'm confident enough in myself to like and dress however I want. The fact that you have to judge that is usually an issue that you have with yourself, that you can't fucking dress. You have to appease everybody around you.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about anybody but my own personal convenience and comfort. So clearly it's an issue that you have, or that's some shit my therapist tells me that it's a fucking problem that they have. But that's mostly what it is. If you're judging people in that sense, it's usually that you don't have the confidence to do what they do. So on some level, yes, I am judging the dumb bitch at the mall dressed up like gothic Hello Kitty because I don't have the confidence to be an asshole.
You're making you're making an assumption about her for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But you're internalizing it, and you're it's not like you wouldn't talk to her, but if she came up to you and started talking to you,
I'd walk away immediately. Like,
really?
I'm not talking to you. But if there's a chance that I could fuck her, I'll totally listen to what she has to say. But if she's just coming to have a conversation with me, like, how are you today? Like, is your pussy involved? No, bye. I don't fucking care.
I guess that's
the meanest thing.
But that there's also people that dress like that are genuine. Like there's people that do have that. So because that's the thing is, I look at those people and I may judge them and go like, oh, that's a motherfucker, but that's not my 100% reality of you.
No, but like, my whole thing is always like, how much time did this take?
But if you're starting with an insult, I'm not going to go up to somebody and just assume that they're one of those people that don't have the personality. Right. Like if they end up engaging with them and they end up being like, yeah, you know, this is a real bitch to fucking dress up like this. Like, like, oh, okay, you acknowledged it, but that's your thing.
No, there definitely is.
It's like cosplay or some shit like that. Yeah, I don't think it's cool or anything like that, but I'm not going to say that. I don't think that they're pieces of shit or they're like,
no, I don't.
And I would never go up to them and go, cool Velma costume.
Oh, yeah, no.
You know,
like that's the thing.
Yeah,
to deliberately make a.
I don't think it's a confidence thing.
In passing judgment is one thing, but to deliberately go up to the person and make a judgment on them to their face, you're a dick.
Right.
There's no value to that other than you want them to feel bad. People can dress however the fuck they want. I'm just judging it just off of like, I don't think they have a personality. Oh, that's a shame for them. And then walking away. But yeah, I would never deliberately go up
to them. Yeah.
No, I would never go up to them and go, what's your fucking problem? Because that's rude and that's just mean. And there's nothing necessary to that. I will comment on it later with my friends.
Yeah.
And later go, did you see that fucking thing at the mall? Isn't that crazy? And we just go, yeah, it was. And then we're still taking their feelings into consideration, right? On some level.
And that's the point of it is that maybe this person is, and that's the thing.
If you're going to be mean, do it privately behind their back so they don't know, and do it to a stranger. Don't talk shit on people that you know. That's mean.
Yeah, that's rude.
Because it's going to come up eventually.
Right.
It's just going to happen. If you talk shit on people behind their back, they're going to find out. Mm-hmm. It's going to come up, and then you're just going to create drama, and it's not fucking worth it.
That's honestly why I've tried. I feel like I've strayed from it from time to time. Maybe just in moments of like, oh, I'm just venting or something like that. But I've done it to where anything I've said that is critical of anyone behind their back, I would happily say to them.
Absolutely.
It's a judgment, but it's also one of those things that if you don't know, I feel like I don't know how to, I've said it. I can't remember exactly how I put it in the past, but essentially people just like the truth when it's not about them.
Yes.
So like people, if you just come up to somebody with feedback that that's what it is. Unsolicited feedback is criticism. Like people, it's just in most people's heads, that's the equation. But if you just take criticism, if somebody says nice glasses and you're like, do you mean that?
Yeah.
So oh fuck. So okay, I'm gonna start doing that going forward. If people so somebody said I like your hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, with a mullet, you can just never ever be sure that somebody means it. Right. But I always thank them genuinely. I don't care if you're snickering at me or not.
Right.
That's my general reaction. I'm gonna continue with that, or I'm gonna go, do you mean that? Or are you just joking?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call them out. That reminded me of my newest thing that I've been doing. And Zach, you're gonna love this. Zach, I think of you a lot of times when I do it too.
Oh, that's probably not good news.
so you know, like when you're in a store or something like that, and you say like, oh, excuse me, or I'm sorry. Like if you're trying to get past somebody, sometimes like, sometimes you're just like, or you like almost bump into somebody. You're like, oh, excuse me. Or, oh, sorry about that. Just kind of reactionary. I've started taking those back.
Good.
And I point to them.
Yeah.
So I walk past somebody and go, oh, excuse me. I was like, oh, sorry about that, or something like that. And they just walk past me.
Right.
I go, I take it back. Like, I don't mean it.
Yeah.
If I say I'm sorry and they don't like acknowledge me or give me even that general human courtesy, I take it back. I've taken strength, like those superficial things we say to people, just as a courtesy. I've started taking them back.
Nice.
Whenever people don't at least acknowledge or return the favor.
Right.
If you're gonna break the social contract, I'm gonna rip it up. I'm gonna piss on it, and I'm gonna put your fucking face in it.
Just rub the.
I point at them and I go,
dog.
You were the one that, or you're wrong here.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna end up on a viral video.
Oh, probably.
And not for comedy.
No.
And not for shooting anyone either.
No, it's just gonna be Pat losing his fucking mind.
Yeah, but justifiably.
But that's also.
I'm gonna be the only guy that goes on one of these that totally not embraces it, but goes on every single outlet I can.
Yeah.
To go, here is what happened. Am I wrong?
That's because I think you're more of an extroverted person in that way, that like anytime we've hung out, or especially like when we were on the road, one of my favorite moments ever.
I know what you're gonna talk about.
We were going into a Waffle House,
yeah,
and you had a jug of water. I was like, "Are you taking your jug of water into the Waffle House?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna class the fucking place up a little bit." Like, all right. I love the fact that you legit just don't give a shit. You're just like, I'm gonna do what I want.
This is better water than they have.
Or when we were in Ohio, and that fucking poor dude was asking us for a ride. And we're sitting in the car, and he's looking at us like, clearly we were waiting for Dan to get in the car, so it looked like we had extra space in the car.
Forever.
And now this guy's looking at us like, we told him we couldn't.
I'm sitting in the back seat. Yeah, there's an empty passenger seat, and we're just sitting there eating our food.
And this guy's looking at us like, you could have given me a ride. And I go, he thinks we could have given him a ride. And Pat just goes, it's not my fucking fault that you're poor, okay?
I can't help you here. All right, buddy? Like, that's
not my fucking fault. It's not my fucking problem.
This is a Honda Civic. I don't know if what you're gonna say is like, I don't know if you're telling the truth, but we just we don't have room for you. We didn't lie, but it's not my business.
Yeah,
it's not my fucking responsibility to manage your expectations, sir. I am so sorry, but no, we don't have room for you. Watch the guy that comes out of the store, by the way,
and
see if you want to get in a car with him.
Exactly.
Okay, it's a big boy. It's a big boy, and he's wet. That's a big wet boy.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't. There's situations where I have that reactionary thing where, like, I can see legitimately both sides of most arguments.
Yes.
Like, I can see it, but there's definitely one that I agree with.
Yeah. Mine.
I
respect my point of view more than everybody else.
Like, when it's matters of opinion, I cannot lose that argument.
Right.
So that's a situation where I always thought, Zach, this is all part of growth.
Okay.
This is another part of it.
Yes.
I always thought I didn't like to fight. I love to fight.
Oh, fighting's fantastic.
Fighting's fantastic. I used to like shy away from it, but I don't. That is truly the only thing that I feel like I really treat myself with.
Right. You're gonna shoot somebody someday.
No. When I am right, when I am justified, I sit down in a beach chair and I dig my heels in the sand and I kick back with a pina colada. And I go, suck it. And I make a show and I go, you want some red receipts? What do you want?
Right.
What do you want? You want some messages that are proving your point wrong? I got them. What do you want? Screenshots? I got screenshots. I got into a fight with a barber.
Fantastic.
This barber is the neediest fucking cunt in the world. This person has store hours.
Yeah.
This person has a storefront, like an actual business that they actually happen to live in as well, or live above or a part of or something like that. So in retrospect, them being picky about their customers makes a little bit of sense.
Right.
But a friend of mine goes to this barber. A friend of mine says, this person's great.
Yeah.
You should go to this barber. And I said, okay, perfect. How can I find them? Oh, they're recommendation only. Or what is it called? Like basically you have to know somebody that knows them.
Okay.
And I go, okay, well, can you put in a word for me at your fucking barber? Like, okay. Like, and then I'm like, okay, so this is
cool.
I'm cool
to cut.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you want? I don't even know if they can handle what I want, which is garbage.
Right.
Can you give me,
if they're by fucking recommendation only and you walk in there and like, I'd like a mullet. It already sounds like they're going to go, I don't do mullets.
I don't need I don't want like necessarily like a boutique one. Right. I'm a very meat and potatoes.
I don't need you spending 4 hours cutting my hair and getting a fucking ruler out and going,
exactly.
That one's just a little millimeter too short. Let me try to size that up.
I don't need my ends cut necessarily. I have a fantastic barber now at Red Horse Hair Studios. Shout out to Joel. And basically he knows that I have like two settings. I want pro wrestler or 90s baseball player.
Which, I mean, it's almost,
it's usually in between. Yeah. Somewhere in between. And you don't have to give me a design. You don't have to do anything. Like, just, I long and back, short and front.
Yeah.
And I say, so I can put a hat on and it doesn't mess up my hair. and he does it. He nails it.
He gets it. That's
perfect.
That's a great barber.
Perfect barber. This motherfucker gets it. So send it. So then I get the email I get the okay that, hey, yeah, you can reach out to him.
Yeah.
Okay. So I go,
oh, great. The guy with a cot and a hot plate in the back fucking accepted me. Nice.
So, yeah, right. It's a nice shop. It's a pretty nice shop.
I'm not saying it's not a nice shop. I'm just saying they sleep on a cot and they have a hot plate.
So I have I book an appointment.
Yeah.
Because Pat said, yeah, go for it.
Right.
And I go, my friend's Pat. His name is also Pat.
I
wasn't talking in third
Tyler
person.
Durden
Yeah.
fucking...
Pat says, call him. So
that's so unimaginative that even his fucking imaginary second
it's just also Pat, not even Patrick.
Yeah. That way he never has to keep track of lies. Pat said that.
Pat always says it. Yeah. So I go to the website, which has book an appointment option.
Right.
Okay. So I book the appointment. I read a little disclaimer that says appointments are recommendation only, or whatever it is, or appointments are or have to be accepted. Essentially, right. They have to be like approved. So I go to book an appointment, and it says, and I like goes through and it says your appointment has been submitted. I go, okay, cool. And then I get a thing that says, no, sorry, can't. And I go like, and it says, we really appreciate your blah, 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 but that spot is not open. And I go, oh, okay. So I go to the next, whatever other time on the book. I usually like to do it on Wednesdays before Shit in the Hat. That's usually when I like to get my hair did, because it makes me feel good. And I get to go to the show. I'm presentable. People are going to be looking at me. I want to make sure that I don't look like shit.
Makes perfect sense.
So I go to book another time. I go, okay, maybe a little bit later on in the afternoon. And then I get another, like, nope, can't do it. And they say, sorry, we don't just take anybody off the street or something like that. Like, I was like,
fuck you.
So then I'm like, what the fuck? And I start reading some reviews of the shop.
Yeah.
Lots of 1 stars. Lots of people going, I walked in here and wanted to get a haircut, and the guy told me I couldn't do it or something like that. I went in here and the guy was such a piece of shit to me. He talked to me like, even the person in the chair thought like one of the reviews was 4 stars, great haircut, but he was extremely rude to somebody that walked in.
Wow.
So I go, what the fuck? And I go, I am recommended.
Right.
Motherfucker, what the fuck? So so that's why I'm reading, because like now I'm mad.
Of course.
I'm like, you're gonna make me dance for this fucking haircut, dude.
Right.
I'm paying you.
Yeah.
I'm asking you if I can give you money for goods and services.
Exactly.
That's business, dude.
And then now you're gonna pretend like,
and you're gonna say, you didn't say the magic word.
Go fuck yourself.
So I go, I absolutely, actually, I don't know if I have the email exchange with, I absolutely do. Hold on.
Yeah, I want to hear what this cunty sucker has to fucking say.
This is one of my favorite things. So the first one, barbershop is unable to accommodate your appointment request. We have a scheduling conflict and needed to decline your appointment for this date, this time. We sincerely apologize. And then it says at the bottom, don't say that, it says book another appointment. It says, we hope to see you soon. Please book a new appointment.
Sounds fair.
Book appointment link. So I did. And then the barbershop. Oh, damn it. I have to take that out. Fuck.
Oh, well.
Said, where is it? Let me make a note. What time is it?
Like 1:30.
Actually, it's also like 1:38 and how long we've been going.
Oh, okay.
Edit. So this barbershop, let's see. I want to see where that actually says. I don't think I actually have the thing. It says, oh yeah. Oh no. Sorry.
Okay.
This was the part that I was talking about.
Yeah.
It says you can't, so they added underneath that, you cannot just book an appointment off the street. You are not a current customer, nor were you referred. So please stop making appointments. Thanks. And underneath that, it says We hope to see you soon. Please book a new appointment. I forgot about that little addendum.
Fuck you and everybody that looks like
you. Want to hear my response, Zach?
Read big bold letters, cunt.
I absolutely was referred to you by an existing customer. I had an email exchange with you where you gave me the link and told me to schedule an appointment for now. And after the first appointment, we could just schedule as we go. Like each one I go in, you say, okay, next time is this. So I said, why do you make this so difficult?
Yeah.
You seem to have plenty of time to answer all of your 1-star reviews because I did do the research. Where you like to remind,
throw that in his fucking face.
Where you like to remind everyone that you are appointment only. But when you tell me that you can't just book an appointment, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah, of course.
I said, I'm sure you're wonderful at what you do, but really, you are just awful with management. And really work with. I said, you should work on your communication. If you don't want new customers, that's the sign. That's a sign to hang up, not by appointments only.
Right.
Put, I don't want new customers.
Yeah.
So, they basically said, like, I don't have, see more. I don't think I have, all of the, I don't have the whole interaction, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know where the others.
No, that's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
That's just terrible.
Fucking asshole.
These are just my sides of it, apparently. I don't know. But basically they were saying, because my email, is Pat George. Like the name is Pat George. That's not my legal name is, that's only my middle name. So I never gave them my full name.
Oh, fuck them.
Like I never
Seriously.
said, I said, I'm Pat. I know Pat.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't know what else you want. And then you see Pat.
Right.
And you see the same email that you had this email exchange with. Put it together, dude.
Right.
Maybe go, oh, so I these kind of exchanges that I have are like, I went off and because I was completely justified. You are a liar. You're saying that you're by appointment only, but you're not. No. You can't just make an appointment. That's what you told me. So when I get to that point, then I'm just going off.
Yeah.
And so they say, oh, well, you're using a fake name. I said, that's not my fake name. That is my legal fucking name.
Right.
And they said, blah, 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 you're blocked. And I go, oh, no, not blah, 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 blah. Oh, no. He's like, because my friend had an appointment that same day.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he's got an appointment here at 3. And I'm sure he'd be very interested to find this out. And by the way, you're blocked. And I said, oh, no. Like, go ahead. What are you going to tell on me? Yeah. And
dude, you cut hair.
I will tell him too. And he'll go, oh, yeah, that dickhead should have booked you appointments.
Right.
Both times. Because you're open. You're obviously open.
How fucking egotistical.
Don't put your book online.
Yeah. How fucking egotistical are you, though, that you're just like, you'll never get your hair cut by me. Like, oh, fuck. What will I do now?
Yeah. I can't.
Son of a bitch. I guess I'll just have to give my money to somebody who's not a cunt.
To go go to another business that offers this service and pay them money for it. I don't care if you never want to give me your business.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
Like, who gives a fuck about you, dude? It's not like you're cutting famous people's hair.
Yeah, I
go fuck yourself.
And ironically, actually, the person that I am working with now, Joel, actually does cut hair for her. It has like stuff on his profile where he's cutting hair for people for the WWE and shit.
That's awesome.
So it's like, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy who actually cares about their business. That says, I'm trying to grow. So even if he is not a hair cutter to the stars, you look at his profile and that's, oh, you look at that, like it's professional. Not going to this person's site and seeing a bunch of 1-star reviews where he's going, you fucking walked in with an attitude. I didn't have an attitude. Dude, you are the business owner. If somebody walks in with an attitude, say, I'm sorry you had a very bad experience. You're the face of the company, you stupid fuck. You are the only person that does the business.
Fucking jackass.
So I when I get to those situations, I saved it. And then so once they've blocked me, Zach, do you want to know what I did?
What'd you do, Pat?
I went to Instagram and I messaged them there and I said, time in, you suck. Time out. And I blocked them. So I got the last word.
I love Petty Pat.
Yeah. Petty Pat was running wild that day. that was a day where I was just like, I will go
Petty Patty Piddleton.
I will go find you on a social media you didn't know to block me on.
Right.
And I will go, hey, by the way, because you can't do that. You can't say when you're the person that was rude first. Right. That person was rude. You started this.
Oh, they don't recognize that they were rude.
But
they're never in the wrong.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Like I read it exactly how you typed it.
Right.
I know. I can see by your track record. Then when I told my friend about it,
yeah,
he was like, oh yeah, we always get like that person is out of line all the time. Oh, it's happened he said it's happened a couple times when I've been in there for a haircut. I was like, why would you recommend this person?
Right.
Like just because it's your barber or because you kind of know this person? Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
That shit catches up with them eventually.
I hope so.
Good luck.
Because that's
motherfucker.
That's not a environment like the environment that I go to now.
Yeah.
Is like dudes hanging out. Mm-hmm. Not like it's not like guy talk. Blah, blah, blah. We're talking about stuff that's happening in the news. It's just like a fucking regular place where people are having fun, stimulating conversations. And like there's tchotchkes on the wall. It's much like getting a haircut here. Yeah. Like it's just where you just have a nice conversation. You look at shit on the walls and then you go home. I don't even think Joel knows my last name. By the way,
fine.
I don't know where that had to come in. Where like I was using a fake name.
Can I see your ID before I cut your hair?
Can I tell you that name that I said earlier that I ended up editing out of the final project here? That is that person's name.
Yeah.
Like you can't say that you're
fucking idiot.
Your name is actually something else. And you go by a different moniker and it goes with your business.
Yeah.
But then I have just used part of my actual name. Mm-hmm. And then you say, I'm using a fake name. And that's exactly why I can't get a haircut with you.
That's so fucking stupid.
I don't know how else to do it. And there are times where I'm wrong, where I definitely don't admit when I'm wrong.
Right.
But I know I'm wrong. And I probably, and eventually I will go like, I was wrong at that time. Remember?
Yeah.
I'll say it. Like I said, I was wrong not to reach out to you earlier about going back to the beginning of the show or about, anything of that.
Yeah, and I was just wrong for just being a dick.
Well, I think again, two wrongs don't make a right. No. That's a saying for a reason. But when it's like
we adulted eventually.
I'm just trying to fucking
haircut.
Patron your business. I'm trying to give you my business.
Yeah,
and I'm not being a dick about it. I'm not. I'm going to your site.
No, but again,
you say to book an appointment.
Not even just the fact that you're just trying to give them money for a business. It's a fucking haircut.
It's a haircut.
Very specific about this.
If you don't
give a shit.
Yeah.
You can go home, take a pair of clippers, and just give yourself a buzz.
I can do anything I want with my hair.
End of the day.
Yeah.
You can get your fucking haircut anywhere.
All of the work that you
again
do
is what he probably thinks on some level. Like you can get a cut anywhere you want, but like I'm fucking special. Like, but if you're gonna act like a dick, that's how you're going to treat people that are just trying to get a fucking haircut. You loser.
Yeah.
You're fucked in the long run. Because people are going to look at that and go, it's just a fucking haircut, dude. Like, you're not special.
Right. It's not. And that's my ultimate thing
and I'm sure all the people that are listening to this right now that cut hair, like, we're pretty fucking special. Yeah, you are. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, like us, we just make people giggle. All right. We're not fucking special.
Yeah. It's not like but it's also
we're good at making people giggle. I don't think of myself as anything fucking special though. All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
You don't have this. You don't have you don't think of it as it's a superiority thing for sure. Because
I break everything down to its simplest meaning. I make people fucking giggle for money. That's what I do. You cut people's hair for money. Somebody makes even a 5-star Michelin chef. You make fucking food that people shit out eventually.
Yeah,
right?
eventually.
Let's be very clear about this.
Yeah,
you make shit, and if you really want to be technical about it,
you make pre-shit.
Yeah, you make pre-shit.
You make very delicious.
Your filet mignon looks amazing on my plate. It looks like shit in my toilet.
Literally.
I just want you to know.
Yeah, no matter how much you cook this one for, how long this is, it's gonna look a lot like the same thing all coming out.
Everything that you made today is gonna end up in my toilet, and it's gonna be in some turtle's face within 24 hours. I just want you to know.
It's be like,
just so you know,
push it.
Everything you do on its simplest level is fucking useless.
Oh, I got them all.
Oh God. The turtle says when he gets splashed in the face with my fucking 5-star Michelin shit.
He gets hit in the face.
Oh yes.
I think there's a level that they have that superiority to say like this is my business and I'll run it the way I want.
Yeah, which is your absolute prerogative and your right to do.
I have thought that way in the past.
Absolutely.
I remember when I was working at Hollywood Video as a teenager. Right. I was thinking, I want to run a video store where somebody come in and I'll go, fuck you. I'm not renting to you. Because I was a dumb fucking teenager. Mm-hmm. I was a dumb asshole that couldn't handle my emotions. Now I'm an older, dumber asshole that gets a little bit better handle of his feelings. But when he can let them loose,
boy, do they go out.
Tug on that bull's balls till he's pissed off and I open the gate. And then you better hold on, because if you can't last 8 fucking look, dude, I had you toasted in that first message. You shouldn't even respond. Response should have been shit. Sorry. Yeah. I had no idea. That's it.
No, he just doubles down.
No, because you know why? Because I went in.
Yeah.
I dug in. And I said, you. And I shined a mirror upon this person's face to say, you're just sitting around bitching at potential customers and ruining your name. Mm-hmm. You're just ruining your to the point where you're going to make your own customers feel uncomfortable enough that they don't want to fucking get a haircut by you. So what are you doing?
Right.
You're not doing any kind of like good work. Like,
no, not
again,
at all.
We make people giggle. That's at least, we'll help them try to forget their day or something like that. You don't even offer that service. You offer a service that legitimately like is forever needed, but you're essentially just a lawn care person for the head.
Right. My hair grew back, by the way, you dick.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even permanent.
Thanks a lot.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah. Looks like shit now.
Yeah.
Same haircut. I think that's actually why my after I did a show at my barbershop last Sunday.
Okay.
And I had an appointment on the next Wednesday, and I think and my buddy was like, I'm gonna do your beard too this time, and I'm gonna do that. And I was like, yeah, I didn't look really presentable, did I? Really, all I was trimming on my beard for a while was just right around my kisser.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's it.
That's where everything goes in.
Yeah, the soup was still catching on the end here, though.
Right, everything goes in and everything comes out. That's the way it works.
Everything goes in and everything comes out. That's a perfect way to end. Zach, why don't you tell them one more time where they can find you?
ZWH Comic on Instagram.
He also works part-time at the suicide hotline.
I do. Don't do it.
Yeah, they've asked him not to come back.
Zack Hammond Comedian on Facebook, and I have a website, zackhammond.net. And it's spelled Z-A-C-K or Z-A-C-H. I bought both domains.
Okay, good.
Because I know people can't fucking spell.
I spelled it right on here. I remember that you're a K guy. That was my first. By the way, that was my first red flag. That's the first one where I was like, who is this guy?
All of my dates are on there. You can buy merch off my website, my albums, all that shit's on my website. If you want to know where I'm playing, go there. It'll tell you everything.
Yeah, hell yeah. And don't forget to please like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe to this podcast. Help Pat out. He doesn't have any kids, but he's got like 10 fucking podcasts to support.
Yeah, so. lots of cats and podcasts to support. Cat litter is expensive. Cat food is expensive, for fuck's sake. You know, there's a tin can shortage.
That you shit in is super expensive.
Super expensive. Weird. The clumping kind.
Yeah.
the clumping kind's the most expensive because only the best for my cats.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for watching, and I love you guys.
Bruce.